Hey everyone, this is Stacy with SF Johnson Consulting and Construction Services, and in this short video I'm going to give a preview of our Framers module. It is the self-paced module we've designed to help people that are current framers or learning or trying to learn to be a good framer on the technical details that are vital in order to always consistently come up with a very competitive estimate every time. And so, of course, I'm going to go over the 3-step process, but this time for framers. You need to be able to look at that plan view. Then, for your links, then you have to be able to go to that section view for accurate heights. So you will know the height of the stud, right? And then we go over how to determine your material quantities. And so over doors and windows, you need different heights of studs. And so we help you in a very, again, 1, 2, 3 technical way to do that. And so, we'll be sampling plans such as this, where we will start at very, very simple sets of plans, where this is a combination of demo and some new work. And so our demo module is going to show you, what you need to do and, to go over the demo and what everything means and how to come up with a good demo estimate if you get that demo module. And we also have a video on that, so I'll make sure I link it here and take a look at that and what that is all about, because my goal has always been to help my students, and I lose a lot of clients. Why? Because I help my students be as good as I am, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so in the Framers module, we're going to go over how we get to that plan view, how we get to the section view to give us the heights, what is this, and how we apply it. Of course, when we have stairs and elevators, it's going to give us a little it's going to give us a call out, right? We have to follow the call out and know what we're looking at when we do that. The framer works on a couple sets of plans, right? And so in our module, it will go over absolutely everything, not only for the architectural set, but also for the structural set. So we'll go over, okay, now we're in the structural set, and I don't have that uploaded, but what's the structural set? That's all of our headers and beams and columns. That's part of, that's part of our framing as well. And so we'll show you where to go, even in fabricated metals, right? When you have W beams and I beams and C beams, you have to be able to take those lengths, because those fabricated metals pricing is determined by the weight. And so I go over that with you, show you how to do that. And again, all of these are self-paced models. So we give you the main module is all of the 3 steps. So what's step 1 for framing the A plan, step 1 for framing the S plans, all of that. Step 2 is also our pricing. And the best part about the pricing is that we give you our cost book for life. And so you can go in there and do what's vital. I think in our step 2, we help you determine accurate man-hour totals, based on industry standards. And again, we do our estimates so we can become very competitive. Okay, so we can win. And so there is a technical way, there's a way to be competitive. You're always, if I do your estimating for you, and if you look at our homepage, I got a lot of good things out there from both my YouTube. And please, if you're involved in any part of construction, I always ask, please subscribe, please like, and hit the bell notification so we can study together. I can teach you and make sure you leave me notes. And, I do some details here on YouTube, but please, I ask you to contribute to my work by joining on Patreon, because at this point, I need to really start to upload the majority of my stuff that, there too. So we give you some good basics here. And then, for as low as whatever it is, I even forgot, join us over there on Patreon, where we give you more details, give you more intricate projects to review with me along, and all the problems that you find and how to guess, a good estimator. Estimating is not only a science, It's a science because, you know, we use some good software and we play good music, you know. So anyway, we get good software, we get good tools, and so that's the science part. But the art part is doing project after project after project, right? Getting that experience, seeing problems, being able to find mistakes. That's how you become a very good estimator. And so that's my goal, to help my students do that. So these modules are designed to do just that. So we have step 1, step 2, step 3 in the modules, explaining each step. Step 3 is pricing, the very detailed Excel spreadsheet we designed for every trade, and that's what we're looking at. And this one we're looking at for plumbing, but we have the same thing for our framing, for our drywall, breaking everything down by the square foot, and then also showing my students, you know, you can do cost estimates, but cost estimates aren't the same as material quantity totals, right? A cost estimate will tell you how much it costs to do the job, and then once you win, you have to go and supply your supplier, give the lumber guy how many studs of varying heights and sizes, whatever. That's material quantity. So I show my students how to do that too, because that's vital to being a professional. And some of the things we talk about that are not detailed to this plan, but to our project management portion, and this is also for project managers. You can't be a project manager if you don't know what to look for in an estimate. And so a good estimator is going to first be good. A project manager is going to know what to look for in the estimate. But also I'm going to hint to, in the modules, how we go ahead and are we able to produce our construction schedule from the numbers that we have here. So all that helps you to become a very good, accurate professional. So the module, self-paced, designed to help you become a good estimator in the right way, thinking in the right way, not guessing, not underbidding yourself, and not overbidding and losing all the time, or winning all the time only because you underbid. Okay, and so I kind of give you the bare bones perspective for which to think from. So if you want to do the job less than that, you go right ahead, but at least you know what you should be charging, because all the totals we have are based on the industry standards, what the construction industry says things should be, and then our pricing is based using our cost book on local pricing within 5%. We don't want to add, you know, markups unless we put it in the equation. And so self-paced going to help you whether you are working on your own as a contractor or you're working for a company, or this definitely could be a resource for any general contractors organization. So that's really what we hope. And so step 1, accurately show you what sheets to go to, what pages, because the framer also has to go to the door schedule, you know, because they they install the door frames. You have to go to the reflective ceiling plan if we have ceiling framing. And so I'll walk you through all of that. And 2, the main modules give you the basics, but you can also add individual add-ons where I do projects that are very small, from Starbucks, basically working our way all the way up to apartment complexes, multi-unit type buildings. And I focus a lot on commercial, but understand a set of plans is a set of plans. Okay, the only difference is what you would charge in the labor, and usually material is going to be more in a residential setting because you're doing one house, 5,000 square feet, whatever. If it's a custom home, well, it's a custom home, and that's a whole different level of pricing in itself. But if we have something like commercial, you're typically doing 10,000 square feet, triple, quadruple the size of a home, so the pricing for materials typically not as much. Okay, and so these modules help you. I give you tips on how to think based on the different types of, again, we'll start something small, like a small office building. Then we'll do like Starbucks and more intricate restaurants, because if we're talking about electrical, that's a whole different beast. An office and a kitchen in terms of electrical is crazy. If we're doing something like a school, then we have a lot of other things we need to take into account. Warehouses, so you can add on the modules on the different types. And so you'll have that thought process for each of the different types of projects that you're estimating, because the thought process is typically different. If you want to save yourself some time, you want to go in there. I go in there with a different thought process when I'm doing my electrical estimates than when I'm doing framing. And if I'm doing framing, I have to go in there with a different thought process if I have a single story building as if I have an apartment complex or even a multi-story hotel. Okay, and so I go through that with you, share that with you, and make sure you know over time you get as good as the champ. So the modules, I will come out with them. We have the demo frame. Every trade, we'll have one for every division by the end of the summer. Put it that way. They each are $500 a module straight, no matter what the trade. Doesn't make a difference, because the information is invaluable and you keep it for life. And yearly I will update them just to make them fresher, and that's where we're in the middle of that right now for this year. And so order yours, let me know. And I enjoy doing this, and if you have something in particular that you need, please let me know. I don't typically just go see what people are looking for on YouTube, because we have a niche here as contractors and construction service people. We know what construction is, and it runs wide. So I just try to make my information as wide as possible. So thank you very much for listening. Make sure to join, subscribe, like, bell notification, throw me an air hug, and let's go out with the thought of you. This is the Construction Queen on YouTube and everywhere else I can be, and hopefully in your heart. See you next time.